Rut Report update time.
Saw a bunch of chasing going on this morning.
Some does have come into heat.
We're hoping with this cold front coming in that this should be in the next week, 10 days, it should be on.
What's up, guys? Coming at you live from Georgia with a Rut Report. Hunted yesterday, saw a pretty nice buck cruising for does. Saw a bunch of chasing going on this morning, ton of buck cruising activity. And I think if you're hunting Georgia, specifically this area around the Harris County area, I think the next 3 to 5 days will probably be the best time to kill a buck. This time of year, they're really cruising hard. They're still hitting scrapes. They're just moving around looking for does. So I think the next few days will be really good before they kind of start getting in that lockdown phase. The Spartan cameras have been showing a bunch of daylight buck activity. In my opinion, the next 3 to 5 days is probably going to be the best time of the whole entire season to kill a mature buck. So y'all get out there.
Hey everybody, David Blanton here, coming to you from South Central Illinois. Obviously, like a lot of places in the Midwest, we're battling warmer temperatures this week. It's been in the 70s, 78 today for a high, 80 tomorrow for a high. And what's happening is, as you can suspect, the rut has really slowed down. I won't say it's actually come to a complete halt, but we've seen a real decrease in deer movement. Early in the mornings, we're seeing some deer getting off the fields really early, going to bed. We're not hardly seeing any bucks cruising during the day like we did before the warmer weather moved in. So scrapes aren't getting hit anymore. I believe that the rut is far enough along. Some does have come into heat. The larger bucks have found some does in heat. They're tending them, and I don't think the scrapes are being that active, generally speaking. I anticipate cooler weather. The weather says we've got cooler weather coming to the Midwest in the next 48 hours. I think that's really going to increase deer movement, doe movement, and I think some of these bucks will be back on their feet again looking for another hot doe.
Rut Report update time. This week I'm in a different state, in Nebraska, since Drops got shot last week in Georgia, sharing camp with Ben McDonald, and have had a good time. This is only our second sit, so I don't know if I'm the best judge to give a Rut Report from here, but kind of after speaking with Ben and just seeing a lot of deer activity last night. I think we saw 40 or 50 deer in this big alfalfa field that we've hunted over the years, and it just doesn't seem to be rolling quite yet. Here in other states, like even in Georgia, Kentucky, Illinois seems to be rocking, but for whatever reason, Nebraska, Kansas, these states seem to be a little bit behind. I just would think November 6th is what it is right now, that we would see a lot of bucks cruising, some hard chasing, but we haven't seen that. I think we saw 3 bucks in here yesterday, and they just were, they bumped the does a little bit, but it's not full out by any means. So maybe that's just some of that warm weather that we've had. It's been warm before we got here. Today, when I got out of the truck, it was 73 degrees, which is unseasonably warm for this time of year up here. But starting tomorrow, it's going to cool down a little bit, and maybe that'll kind of kick things back off and going. So that's the update from Nebraska for me.
Hey guys, just a little Rut Report here in North Oklahoma, South Kansas, just some areas we've been at. As you can tell, it's warm right now, but the cool front is actually hitting tonight and tomorrow. But over the last week, beginning of last week, man, when it got real cold, it got in the 20s, we saw a lot of good deer movement, not a ton of chasing. You'd see some bigger bucks run off some smaller bucks over food or things like that. We saw some bucks chase some does, but no hardcore chasing going on. But it was a good week of deer movement. It slowed up this week. We're hoping with this cold front coming in that this should be in the next week, 10 days, it should be on where some hardcore chasing going nonstop with a little bit of cool front coming in.